The Sangha with great virtues out of compassion for the sake of this assembly and all living beings, please turn the wonderful Dharma wheel to teach us how to leave suffering, attain bliss and birth and death, and quickly realize non-birth. Cung tín đại đức tận tình, vì thứ pháp hội cấp nhất thiết chúng sanh, tịnh chuyên diệu pháp luân giáo đạo ngã môn, như há liêu sanh thoát tư ly cố đạt là tốt chứng vô sanh. Homage to the blessed, noble, and perfectly enlightened one. Namo Sadanto Suche Doye Alahudi San Miao Samputo Xie. Namo Tác Đắc Tha Tô Già Đa Gia A La Ha Đề Tam Miêu Tam Bồ Đà Tọa. The unsurpassed, profound, subtle, and wonderful Dharma, 100,000 million aeons is difficult to encounter. The Sangha with great virtues out of compassion for the sake of this assembly and all living beings, please turn the wonderful Dharma wheel to teach us how to leave suffering, attain bliss and birth and death, and quickly realize non-birth. Cung tín đại đức tận tình, vì thứ pháp hội cấp nhất thiết chúng sanh, tịnh chuyên diệu pháp luân giáo đạo ngã môn, như há liêu sanh thoát tư ly cố đạt là tốt chứng vô sanh. Homage to the blessed, noble, and perfectly enlightened one. Namo Sadanto Suche Doye Alahudi San Miao Samputo Xie. Namo Tác Đắc Tha Tô Già Đa Gia A La Ha Đề Tam Miêu Tam Bồ Đà Tọa. The unsurpassed, profound, subtle, and wonderful Dharma, 100,000 million aeons is difficult to encounter. Now that I've come to receive and maintain it within my sight and hearing, I vow to fathom the thus come one's true and actual meaning. Wu shang sheng she wei miao fa bai jie wan jie nan zao yu wo jin jian wen de xiao zhi yan jie ru lai zheng zhi yi. O Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, Venerable Sixth Patriarch, Venerable Shenhua, Shami, all good advisors of Mitofo. 诸佛菩萨、六祖、师父、上人、沙弥、各位上师师、弥陀佛。Chư Phật Bồ Tát, kính thưa lục tổ, hòa thượng Tịnh Hóa, thầy quý vị thiện tri thức A Di Đà Phật. Okay, today is which day of May now? The 19th of May, 2013. We are gathered in Rosemead, California to continue our discussion of the Vajra Sutra. Thank you all for coming. We are on slide 544, Sutra lecture Sutra text. Subhuti, if I were to express thoroughly the merit and virtue of a good man or woman who in the final period receives, holds, reads, and recites the sutra, those who heard might go insane and disbelieve. Subhuti, you should know that this sutra's meaning is inconceivable and that its resulting retribution is also inconceivable. Subhuti, 若善男子善女人以后末世能受只读诵此经所得功德，我若具说者，鲜有人闻。或有人闻，信者广乱，无疑不信，对不对？须菩提，当知是经亦不可思议，果报亦不可思议。Đức Bồ Tát, nếu có thiền nam tử thiền nữ nhân thời mạt thế sau này thọ trì đọc tụng kinh này thì công đức có được, nếu ta kể ra hết có thể khiến người nghe tâm bị cuồng loạn, hồ nghi không tin. Tu Bồ Đề, ông phải biết rằng kinh nghĩa này bất khả tư nghị, quả báo cũng bất khả tư nghị. So we're on slide 547. The Buddha says the hearer who hears of the if the Buddha fully explains all the benefits of this sutra, they can't help but go insane because they cannot comprehend that therefore it's not possible. Đức Phật nói rằng nếu như Ngài giảng nghĩa ra tường tận tất cả những cái phước báo của kinh này thì cái người nghe trong thời mạt pháp này sẽ nổi điên lên, tại vì không thể hiểu được. Thế này tưởng tượng được. They'll disbelieve, họ sẽ không tin, hồ nghi, because too good to be true. How is it possible for you to reap so much benefits from just listening or by reciting this sutra? Làm sao mà quý vị có thể vì nhờ cái nghe kinh này, nghe học cái kinh này mà công đức nó có thể bất khả tư nghị như vậy được, nhiều như vậy được. And therefore, he says that sometimes the benefits that we get from cultivation are not meant to be fully explained, but must be certified to. Đây là cái sự Phật nhắc lại cho chúng ta biết là những cái công đức này mà tu hành đó, nó thiệt sự là bất khả tư nghị, không phải để quý vị giảng mà quý vị có thể hiểu được, mà quý vị phải tu thì mới có thể chứng được những cái công đức như vậy. Okay, this is the peculiar nature of Buddhism. Đây là cái đặc tính của cái cái giáo lý Phật giáo. Okay, you cannot possibly understand it all. Chúng ta không thể nào hiểu được tất cả những cái phước báo này, những cái ý nghĩa này, cái chiều sâu xa này. And it's meant for you to believe. Thành quý vị vì như vậy, thì quý vị chỉ cần tin thôi. All you need to do is believe. Why is belief so important? Tại sao cái lòng tin nó quan trọng như vậy? Because if you believe, then you set your sight on that. Khi mà quý vị tin, quý vị sẽ đặt cái mục tiêu để đến đó. It's very important for you to set your goals properly. Cái mục tiêu là cái quan trọng. Quý vị phải đặt cái mục tiêu đúng. If you set up, for example, that you cultivate in order to have spiritual penetration, chẳng hạn như nếu như quý vị tu với mục tiêu để mà có cái thần thông, you will get it. Quý vị sẽ được. However, you will not be able to unfold your true wisdom. Nếu mà quý vị muốn tu vì cái thần thông á, thì quý vị sẽ không thể nào mở được cái trí huệ. Buddhism cultivation is about opening your true wisdom to end your suffering. Spiritual penetrations will not end your sufferings. It will create sufferings. It will prolong your sufferings. Bởi vậy, cái Phật giáo
giúp quý vị mở cái trí huệ để làm cái gì? Để mà liễu cái khổ của quý vị, để dứt cái khổ, để đoạn cái khổ, để lìa cái khổ, đắc cái lạc. Tại vì cái trí huệ mới có thể giúp quý vị liễu cái khổ thôi. Cách duy nhất quý vị liễu khổ là mở cái trí huệ chân chính. Okay. Còn cái thần thông đó, nó thiệt ra nó tạo cái khổ thêm cho quý vị, nó tạo cái sự kẹt cho quý vị. And that's why in Buddhism we never emphasize developing spiritual penetration. And Phật giáo mình không bao giờ nhấn mạnh cái chuyện thần thông ấy. You see, the non-Buddhist approach is that, see, when we practice this way, this is what you can do. Okay? In Buddhism, we say, you practice Buddhism, this is what you can understand. That's a big difference. Okay? Thành ra, bên ngoài đạo, người ta nói, khi mà quý vị tu Pháp chúng tôi đó, thì quý vị có thể làm được này, quý vị có thể xuất hồn, quý vị có thể được thần thông này, được thần thông nọ. Ok? Cái đó là ngoài đạo. Còn Phật giáo không bao giờ nói như vậy. Phật giáo thì nói quý vị mà tu để mà mở cái trí huệ, để mà biết phải nên làm cái gì đúng hay là sai. Okay? Cái đó là giải thoát. Giải thoát là giải thoát được cái sự vô minh của mình, giải thoát cái sự tham, sân, si của mình. Okay. So this is a big difference in Buddhism. Buddhism says you cultivate in Buddhism, then you understand, you know what to do. And that is liberation right there. You liberated because you liberated from your own mistakes. You liberated from your own stupidity, your anger, and your greed. This is why we're practicing Buddhism. All right? Okay. Questions? Ai thắc mắc gì không? 548. It is inconceivable, meaning that you cannot possibly imagine or put your arms around it. Bất khả tư nghị. Cái chữ bất khả tư nghị nghĩa là sao? Bất khả tư nghị có nghĩa là quý vị không thể nào tưởng tượng với cái trí quý vị được. It's impossible for you to even conjure up a mental picture of it. You cannot possibly think of it. Okay? No computer can compute the extent of these inconceivable benefits. Ngay những cái máy điện não mà tối tân nhất của thế gian này cũng tính không có xa, cũng không có xong. Okay? And this is the wonderful meaning of real mark prajna. The mind cannot imagine it, and words cannot express it. Cái ý nghĩa tuyệt diệu của cái thật tướng bát nhã là cái tâm đó, nó không có thể tưởng tượng được, không có thể hiểu được, mà cái lời nói không có thể là mô tả được, diễn tả được. It's impossible to express yourself. Okay? Either you know or you don't. Quý vị biết hoặc là không biết. Okay? That is why when this is a trademark of the people who don't understand Mahayana. Đây là một cái khía cạnh khác về cái Phật giáo Đại thừa mà quý vị có thể nhìn ra được. Okay? The people understand, like my master, Venerable Sri Hoa. He doesn't sit there and says, how wonderful I am. I'm enlightened. I am an accomplished practitioner. You should believe me. Okay? They don't talk like that. It's only the people who are confused that would advertise themselves and say, I'm so special, I'm so important, I know so much, you should follow me, you should trust me, you should make offerings to me. That's a very clear sign in Buddhism that these people don't know anything. Okay. Thành ra những cái người mà có trí huệ như Ngài Tinh Hóa, thầy của ân sư của thầy đó, thì Ngài không bao giờ tự quảng cáo hết, không bao giờ tự nói mình là gì quan trọng hết. Okay. Còn những cái người mà không có biết, không có thiệt sự trí huệ chân chính mới là khoe khoang như vậy, mới tự quảng cáo đấy. Okay. And it says the retribution for those who receives, hold, recite, and read the sutra is also inconceivable. Cái kinh này á, nó có cái trí huệ, nó có cái sự ý nghĩa nó bất khả tư nghị. Thành ra cái người mà thọ trì đọc tụng kinh này cũng tương tự như vậy. tạo ra những cái lợi ích bất khả tư nghị cho những cái người đó. You can please come up and bathe the Buddha. Okay, mời quý vị lên. Can you move the table a little bit? It's all right. Don't worry. You made the trip. We like to help you create blessings with the Buddha. It's perfectly okay. Don't worry. And there's I think there's food left, right? Yeah, lots of food. Very good food. Please help yourself. So it is inconceivable. Yeah, maybe you can move this thing to the back so that they too can bathe the Buddha. So that because they don't want to interrupt our lecture. Okay, and that's very, 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 very nice of them. It's perfectly okay to move it back so that they can have a chance. Okay, maybe move it to in front of the patriarch altar. Okay, just the two of you can move. Okay. Yeah, just put it in front of the patriarch altar and allow people to bathe it. Bathe the Buddha. Okay. All right. So it is inconceivable merit and virtue, and therefore the people who practice it will also receive inconceivable merit and virtue. And that's why only those who lack good roots will be unable to take advantage of this inconceivable dharma door. Bởi vậy những cái người mà không đủ phước báu đó, không đủ căn cơ đó, không thể nào hưởng được cái lợi của cái pháp này. Nó khổ như vậy đó. Cái pháp là pháp tuyệt diệu. Người có phước mới nghe được, mới tin được. Yes. Of this copy, this sutra?
This sutra.
Yes, there is. The sutra our English version is based on Master Shenhua's translation of the RBA. Okay.
I have that, but I don't have one without
I don't believe they have it, and they should have it. You know, they should make an English copy available, or you can make one yourself. You can take the text and just only extract the sutra text yourself. Okay, because I don't think people in this country realize how important it is to just recite the sutra. It's a very wonderful form of practice. Okay, and just read it, just recite it. Don't worry about what it means. Yeah, don't worry. Thành ra cái ông người ông hỏi thì cái tiếng Anh có cái bản là tiếng Anh mà chỉ là cái phần kinh không, cái văn của kinh không, thì nói không có này. Ông Tề cứ tự làm được, tại vì cái xứ này vẫn chưa hiểu được cái giá trị của cái kinh này. Nếu mà chỉ cần đọc cái văn của cái kinh thôi đó, không cần hiểu gì hết đó, cái phước báo nó bất khả tư nghị. Nghe nói không? Chỉ cần đọc thôi này, cái chữ đọc này thôi, chỉ vì chỉ đọc cái kinh này thôi, phước báo nó bất khả tư nghị. Không thể nào tưởng tượng được. Okay. Just remember, this morning, I don't know about you, but I was reciting the mantra, the purifying, the mantra when you bathe the Buddha. Okay. It made me so happy, it made me so calm. I entered samadhi right there while even reciting the whole time. Okay. Rồi sáng nay Gia Hàng thấy đọc cái thần chú mà tắm Phật đó, tức tắm Phật đó. Thì đọc vài phút xong rồi thầy nhập định ngay tức, đọc vừa nhập định, thành nó sướng dễ sợ. Mới một cái thần kiếu nhỏ chừng nó thôi, quý vị tưởng tượng không hiểu nó như vậy. Như cái vị tùng một cái kinh luôn, nó công đức nó bất khả tư nghị. You see, what I got from the small mantra is inconceivable. Let alone if you recite this entire sutra, it's incredible. You cannot ever imagine the kind of merit and virtue you create for yourself. And that's why you don't have to understand. You just have to believe and do it. And that's why you get the benefits. Okay? Cái này là quý vị không cần hiểu. It's no way for you to understand it. Even Subhuti cannot understand it. Ngay cái ngài tu Bồ Đề nó cũng hiểu không nổi nữa. He's a fourth stage arhat, and yet he cannot possibly comprehend it. Thank you. Okay, he cannot possibly conceive of it. This is a fourth stage arhat, Subhuti. He cannot even understand fully the benefits of this sutra. Okay? So the people who badmouth the sutra or who do not want to come and study the sutra is because they don't have enough blessings. There's nothing we can do. Okay? If you have the blessings to come and study the sutra, okay, or study the sutra online, then you get richer and richer and richer, more and more blessed. Okay? I remember, for example, texts here coming to us like 5 years now, 4 or 5 years now. Yeah. And he came to us because he enjoys the sutra lectures alone. And just he religiously comes to the lecture every single weekend. He missed only, I'd say, 3. Okay? Because he was out of town.
I go see my parents.
Yeah, maybe 5. Okay, that 3 or you were because you're out of town, and 2 more times because you had to travel. Okay, but I see you struggle throughout the years, all these 5 years, and I see how things are improving for you. Your health is improving. Okay, you're happier. Okay, you're less impatient. Okay, you're developing a sense of humor, an Asian sense of humor. Asian. No, yeah. Careful. We have a Filipino lady next to you. Thầy nhớ cái chuyện ông này. What happened, Amy? Ta sai不在? Chúng ta qua lại翻译给你，好不好? Hey Amy, can you come and translate? Okay, 好. Thầy kể cái ông này, ông đã tới đây ông nghe, ông thích nghe giảng kinh là 5 năm rồi. Lúc đầu ông tới, ông chỉ thích nghe giảng thôi, mà trong 5 năm vừa rồi, 4-5 năm vừa rồi thì thấy để ý thấy cái lợi ích ông có là càng ngày ông càng khỏe. Trước ông yếu vậy sao? Ông lầy không nổi nữa. Bây giờ ông lầy được. Okay. Ông vui vẻ hơn, và ông thoải mái hơn nhiều, ông sung sướng hơn nhiều. Thành có nhiều cái lời bất khả tư nghị, quý vị có thể tưởng tượng được. Okay. And you have to remember, this is what people fail to understand, that blessings, the right kind of blessings are the one that mature when you need it, not before you need it. Cái này mà các vị cũng biết đó, cái phước báo nó đặc biệt lắm. Phước báo nó chân chính đó, là phước báo nó chỉ chín thôi, nó chỉ thành hình khi mình cần nó thôi. Chứ còn nếu một phước báo mình nó thành hình trước khi mình cần nó thành cái nợ. Chẳng như phước báo, chẳng hạn quý vị có phước báo, có tiền bạc phước báo, mà quý vị mà bỗng nhiên phước báo bỗng có nhiều tiền quá thì tự động cái nhiều tiền đó nó tạo cái dây nợ cho quý vị, nó tạo sự khó khăn quý vị. Bây giờ phải lo bảo vệ cái tiền đó. Còn phước báo mà thiệt ra mà cái người mà thiệt sự phước báo tốt á, nó chỉ tới khi mình cần vừa đủ thôi, lúc mình cần thôi, mới gọi là phước báo chân chính. Đối với thầy như vậy. So for me, for example, I feel that the blessings, the inconceivable blessing is that it's only supposed to mature when you need it, not before. Okay? That's the nature of blessings in my eyes. If, for example, you win the Super Lotto, somebody in Florida just bought a ticket that's worth $590 million. Quý vị tưởng tượng như này, mình ngày hôm nay nè, now everyone's awake. I knew it. Yeah, when I explain Buddhist principles, no one wants to hear it. When I hear about when I speak about Super Lotto, everyone's wide awake. Nói dạng giáo lý Phật giáo thì không ai nghe hết, ai cũng ngủ lên ngủ xuống. Mà khi mà nói chuyện trúng số độc đắc một cái là ai mắt mở trưng ra, mở to ra hết. There's someone who won $590 million today. Wow, the last few days. Mới có người thắng 590 triệu đô la. Super Lotto. And the person is in Florida. Họ đang ở tiểu bang Florida. Maybe it's Alan. Huh? Think about it. You know, what would you do with $590 million? A lot of things I can't. I know that. But I know you're saying it's still better to have $590 million than nothing. Okay? And no matter what Master says, I don't care. I still prefer $590 million than Master's $0. Okay? I agree with you. That's the only exception. I agree. Super Lotto is the only exception. I agree. It would be nice, wouldn't it be? Huh? Ruching, to be able to have $590 million for a change? Yeah. Anyway, okay, next, 549. Again, it's not meant for you to understand. Cái lợi ích đó, nó bất khả tư nghị, không phải để quý vị hiểu, mà quý vị phát cái lòng tin. Okay. You see, this is what I find to be interesting about Buddhism. The Buddhism, we talked about it in order to deepen your faith. Cái Phật giáo giảng quý vị để giúp quý vị phát cái lòng tin trước. You know, faith is a requirement for the practice of Mahayana. Khi quý vị tu cái pháp Đại Thừa này, thì quý vị phải cần cái lòng tin. Okay? Any questions about that? Okay. Let me elaborate a little bit for you about the faith. Em sẽ giảng thêm tí về cái lòng tin. Why is that? One of the most important requirement in Buddhism, in Mahayana, is the faith. See, Hinayana, they say you should understand before you believe. Mahayana, just the opposite. You believe, then you understand. That's a big difference between Hinayana and Mahayana. Okay. Cái nguyên thủy người ta dạy là quý vị phải suy nghĩ, mà đúng á, mình mới tin. Đó là nguyên thủy. Còn Đại Thừa mình á, là nói là quý vị tin thì quý vị sẽ hiểu. Tại sao như vậy? Why is that? Because of this word. Okay? Inconceivable. That's why. That's why you need. Okay? What we talked about, what the Buddha talks about is no way for you to understand. Những cái lợi ích, những cái điều dạy của Phật á, nó sâu xa, nó tuyệt diệu đến cái độ mà quý vị không có thể nào hiểu được. It's impossible for you to understand. I tell you, I don't understand, 90% of it. How can you? And I sit here explaining to you. It's impossible to understand. It's inconceivable. Excuse me. Okay? So, remember we talked about if you decide that I'm a smart person, I don't do anything unless I understand it, then you're only limiting yourself to what you can understand. And that's not Mahayana. You see, now Kim Deering, now I'm in big trouble, she says. See? Precisely. If you insist on understanding, okay, before you do anything about it, then you will not be able to understand Mahayana. Thành ra quý vị biết không, nếu như quý vị mà nhất định là tôi á, là phải hiểu tôi mới làm á, thì quý vị sẽ không bao giờ tu được cái Đại Thừa. Questions about this? Okay. You yourself stop and stop yourself from traveling the road. And that's why you never discover. Mahayana is a road, is a journey of discovery. You need to commit to go that direction. And as you go along, then you understand, then you discover. If you stop yourself, you say, I'm not going there because I don't know what it's about, then you'll never be able to understand Mahayana. Never, ever. And that's the thing. Thành ra quý vị, let me translate Vietnamese, I get to your question. Thành ra cái Đại Thừa nó đặc biệt cho đó là quý vị phải phát cái lòng tin trước, rồi đi theo mới khám phá ra được. Nếu quý vị không chịu tin đó, thì quý vị tự chặn quý vị lại, không thể nào không chịu đi theo. Cứ đòi hiểu. Yes, question. Faith comes first. Sin. Okay, very good. Good question. Cái câu hỏi á, the question. Let me repeat the question for you English people. Okay. Please. He says, if faith is one of the first requirement, the first asset, one of the most important property assets you have is faith in Mahayana. Okay. Trong cái đại thừa, cái lòng tin là cái quan trọng nhất. Thì những cái điều kiện đầu tiên quan trọng nhất mà quý vị phải có là cái lòng tin. Okay. Do you need Chinese or Vietnamese? Okay. Vietnamese, okay. Okay, fine. Okay. Otherwise, we also have Chinese today. We happen to have Chinese too today. So, nếu như cái lòng tin là một trong những cái điều kiện quan trọng nhất về cái Phật giáo, okay, thì ông này ông hỏi, vậy cái lòng tin của Phật giáo này với lòng tin của cái tôn giáo khác nó khác nhau chỗ nào? What is the difference, Helen, between faith in Buddhism and faith in let's say, what are you, Catholic? No. No, Christian. Muslim.
They always faith go first.
Right. They always have the same thing. The Catholic says the same thing. You must have faith. Believe me. You have to believe in God. You have to believe in Jesus. Right? Right. So what is the difference? Huh? I don't know. I only know Buddhism. I don't know about anything about Catholicism. Okay. Why do you ask me questions like that? Anyone can help me out? What is the difference in faith with the Catholics versus the Buddhists or the Mormons? Yes. Anyone?
The result of having that faith.
The result of having that faith.
The result.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the difference. What you have faith in you have faith in Islam. Well, then what you get is cutting people's heads off and women walking around in black.
Different result. Kết quả nó khác. Okay. Okay. What else? Anyone else can help? Help me out here. Yes. Go ahead, say it. We can always laugh at it. Okay. Okay. So difference in yes, Vicky.
Well, I'm thinking, I think that in ways Catholic, when you have faith that you will be able to, faith in Jesus Christ means that then there's life after this life, life after death. And that is the main tenet. And then that you will strive to go to heaven. That's what Catholics, what the faith is.
Mm-hmm. So what's the difference?
Well, I think the difference is, for Catholics, it's a short-term thing. In comparison to Buddhism, which is more extensive. And it's not
Is
just
it
one
fair
lifetime.
to say? Is it fair to say, and along the line of the gentleman here, that's Texan here, Mr. Texan, that in light of what he just said, okay, the difference is that you have faith in some smaller results.
Right, well, yes, you don't think, as a Catholic, you don't think that's so small. You don't think that's so small.
It's not so small.
You don't know any better. You cannot tell whether it's small or big because that's all you know of so far. You have no way of comparing. Actually stop you. Don't compare further for your own sake. Trust me. Have faith in it. Don't compare. Don't go any further. We are the biggest. Meaning that going to the heavens is the highest what you can attain. Same thing in Hinayana. They said reaching 4-stage arhatship is the highest you can reach. So you believe in the smaller end results. Mahayana says you go a little bit further, a lot further. You got a lot farther. Okay, a bigger goal. Okay, so the difference is that is you. Okay, what are you able to believe is what the difference is. Think about it. What can you believe? Quý vị nghĩ lại cho coi. Cái lòng tin là sao? Cái lòng tin á, bên Công giáo giáo ta nói là quý vị tin là có thể sinh lên quả trời, ở với trời, về với Thượng Đế là chuyện rất là tốt. Ok? Đều cái đó là mục tiêu nó còn nhỏ. Còn cái bên nguyên thủy người ta nói quý vị có thể đi xa hơn một tí, quý vị có thể đi thành một ngày A-la-hán. Đó, cái trình độ nó cao hơn nhiều. Nhưng đều tới đó là hết rồi. Đó vẫn còn kết quả vẫn còn nhỏ. Còn bên Phật giáo, bên Đại Thừa thì nói quý vị có thể thành Phật. Nó lớn không thể tưởng tượng được. Tại cái khác biệt nhau chỗ nào? Khác biệt ở cái chỗ là quý vị có thể tin được đến chừng nào. Cái đó là cái khác biệt giữa cái lòng tin. Right? You see the difference now? What are you able to believe? You see, the typical American, the typical person here, I'm not only talking American, I'm talking Koreans and Vietnamese and you name it. The typical individual says, I believe in myself. I correct? Anyone says that? Right? I believe in myself. Sounds familiar? Okay? That is a small faith. You believe in yourself. God comes along and says, you should believe in me because I'm bigger than you. I say, oh, that makes sense. Quý vị thấy không? Cái người thường phàm phu tôi nói là tôi tự tin. Tôi tin với chính tôi. Ok? Thì cái đó là một cái lòng tin nhỏ nhỏ. Mình ai cũng có thể có. Xong rồi quý vị nếu gặp Thượng Đế mới nói quý vị nên tin với tôi. Tại tôi lớn hơn quý vị. Tôi mạnh hơn quý vị. Tôi giàu hơn quý vị. Tôi có nhiều phước báu hơn quý vị. Thành quý vị tin. Thì cái đó là cái lòng tin. Nó cao, nó to hơn một tí. Xong từ quý vị tin lên Ngài A-la-hán là một cái trình độ trí huệ nó rất là cao. Okay? Xong rồi quý vị có thể tin Bồ Tát, có thể tin Phật. Thành tùy cái sức quý vị tin được chừng nào đó thì quý vị sẽ đạt tới chừng đó. You see, the nature of faith is that you are able to reach whatever you set your mind to reach. If you think you can reach being with God, you will. You reach arhatship, you will. You reach become a bodhisattva or Buddha, you will. And that's the inherent nature of faith. You are what you believe. Cái lòng tin là nó quan trọng lắm. Tại vì quý vị đặt cái lòng tin chỗ nào đó thì quý vị sẽ đến đó. Yes.
The quality of faith is the same. Faith is faith. It's the object of faith that makes a difference.
Well, as the person who's believing, their capacity.
Well, you have faith in one thing, and the faith is very strong. But you learn more, and you find there's something better to have faith in, you can transfer your faith.
Yes.
It's still faith,
Yes. Love it.
right?
Yes.
Okay. Let me turn the problem around for you. Bây giờ thầy đổi cái phương diện, cái cách nhìn quý vị lại một tí. Okay. Suppose it's lifetime. You believe in becoming a Buddha because you happen to attend my lecture and say, you should not shoot for anything less than becoming a Buddha. That's Mahayana. A Mahayana teacher says, you should become a Buddha. Don't settle for less. Don't settle for winning the $590 million lottery only routine. Becoming a Buddha is more important. Routine, yeah, that sounds good. Okay, so routine believes in me today. Ngày hôm nay thầy giảng quý vị nghe, thầy nói là quý vị không nên chỉ muốn đặt mục tiêu là làm giàu thôi, trúng số độc đắc thôi. Cái đó nó còn nhỏ quá. Thầy nói là quý vị nên tin rằng mình có thể thành Phật, nên muốn trở thành Phật càng sớm càng tốt. Quý vị tin như vậy. Ví dụ đi, okay, I know most of you don't believe me, but assume you believe me today. Okay? Okay? And you know what happens when you do that? In future lives. Quý vị nghe cho kỹ nè. Càng ngày hôm nay quý vị tin thầy như vậy, nói là tôi muốn thành Phật, tôi không chịu cái gì thấp hơn là Phật hết. Okay? Keep strong. Next time you born again as a human. Okay? And someone comes along and says, you should believe in God. Người khác, có người nào cái kiếp sau đó, quý vị làm người lại, có người ta nói quý vị nên tin thượng đế, về với thượng đế. You know what? Somewhere in your mind, you say, sounds good, but I'm not impressed. Isn't that incredible? Quý vị nghĩ chứ coi, cái người khi mà quý vị nghe kiếp sau, quý vị nghe là quý vị phải nên tin về thượng đế, đi theo về thượng đế, thì quý vị nghe nó lên đó có vẻ sướng, tôi có vẻ thích, nhưng được quý vị biết sao, tôi vẫn còn cái gì mà tôi vẫn còn thích hơn nữa, tôi còn cái về thượng đế chưa đủ đối với tôi. Trong cái tâm quý vị đó, nó có một cái trạng thái như vậy, quý vị không có thích gì thấp hơn nữa. You see, that's what happens to you. Once you set your sight high up that high, your goal up that high, in subsequent lives, you're not as easily impressed by the lower goals anymore. That's a fact. Because somewhere in your mind, in your nature, in your Buddha nature, it says, I heard better. Yeah, I've got a better offer. I heard it already. And therefore, you're not as impressed. You see? So, you don't have to become a Buddha. But if you believe that you can become a Buddha, you will someday become a Buddha. And you will not settle for anything less. That's why faith is so important. On the other hand, if you say, I want to be born to the heavens, okay? That's the highest. Then you know what? If someone comes along and says, you should become a Buddha, you say, nah, I'm not interested in becoming a Buddha. Nah, I don't believe it. You see how dangerous it is? You set your sight, your goals too low, you stop yourself. No one is stopping you. No Buddha is going to stop you, Kim Deer. You have to set your goals higher. Yeah? Yeah? Yeah. Okay. Thành quý vị nghe không? Nếu như kiếp sau mà quý vị đã đạt cái mục tiêu là mình thành Phật rồi, thì kiếp sau mà ai mà nói gì khuyến khích quý vị, mà dù quý vị tới tu một cái gì pháp môn gì nó thấp hơn, quý vị không có chịu tin bao lâu đâu. Từ từ sẽ nói cái tâm quý vị nó, cái bản tính quý vị nó biết là có cái gì đó mà mình chưa thỏa mãn. Ngược lại, nếu như một quý vị chỉ phát cái mục tiêu quý vị nó thấp quá đó, quý vị nó tôi chỉ muốn tin làm thượng đế, lên với thượng đế, tôi muốn làm giàu này nọ thôi, thì khi người ta nói quý vị mục tiêu nào cao hơn, quý vị khó phát lòng tin, rất khó phát lòng tin, nó dễ sợ như vậy. Thành ra cái lòng tin nó quan trọng lắm. Quý vị phải phát cái lòng tin để trồng cái chủng tử để mà tới. So in conclusion, okay, faith is the requirement for you to get there. You don't have faith, forget it. You won't make it. Tôi nói tóm lại, nếu như quý vị mà có lòng tin đó, thì quý vị sẽ đến đó được. Okay? I've seen too many people, too many successful people. They're so successful, they believe in what? Themselves. And guess what? They don't believe that's all they have. They die confused. They don't make it. Thì có nhiều người thầy quen đó, họ rất thành công, họ giàu có. I know rich people, very rich people. When they are so successful, they believe themselves. Okay? Well, I know very smart people who are so smart, they're considered to be geniuses. They believe themselves. And guess what? That's what's going to happen to them. They die so confused. Because all they believe is what they can comprehend. So when they die, they get into trouble. They have no way of knowing. For example, we all know of this very smart physicist who's crippled. I'm not making fun of him, but it's terrifying to me that you know so much. How come you are in such a bad shape? Ask yourself. Okay? I don't know about you, but I see someone so smart and they end up like that. I say, ooh, something is wrong somewhere. What's the point knowing about what happens in Mars when you don't even know what's happening to you? You have no control of what's happened to you. So what's the point? Aren't you solving the wrong problems? Huh?
Yeah.
Think about it. After the wrong goals. Yes.
Well, Master, I have a question. If someone has no faith in any religion, and they're only thinking about themselves.
Yes.
You know? So,
And we know quite a few people like that around us, don't we?
yeah, I guess
Like very close to us.
very close.
The
So,
one we love even. Is it too far?
That's close enough.
That close.
So my question is, how does that person can ever
Extricate themselves?
get further than that? I mean, does that mean it'll take many lifetimes to finally? Do you know what I mean? I mean, what happens? It is what.
I can't solve all your problems.
I know
Vicky.
that.
I'm sorry, but
But it is just what it is.
có người hỏi, bây giờ là tôi có cái người rất thương yêu của tôi mà hoàn toàn không tin gì hết đó. Làm sao? Họ bao giờ họ mới thoát được? Thì thầy nói thầy đâu phải thầy cái gì thì cũng giải quyết được đâu. Okay. What do you do, Ginny? Suppose someone you love has no faith whatsoever. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Làm gì bây giờ? What can you do? Yes. Same thing. Yeah. What can you do?
What can I do?
Yeah.
You probably can do nothing about it. Just show some example. If he's attracted, he might follow. He might not.
They're hopeless. Let them fall. It's not worth it. It's not. Kim Jong agree exactly what I knew. I always knew that. It's not worth it. It's not worth the hassle.
I did have a friend like that. He said he claimed he only believes in science, but his science, I know his science knowledge has shortcomings, and I cannot help him to cure that. I noticed that.
Yeah. He only believes in things that he understands.
Yeah, and then he had two PhD degrees.
2 PhD degrees.
Yeah, but when he talk about the world, I notice big shortcoming, like a dark spot he cannot see.
Yeah.
But he thinking he knows about it. I actually not.
Yeah.
And I cannot. I fail.
He doesn't even know that he's sick, does he?
And I fail to convince him. And
Okay. So what are you gonna do? Huh?
I just stop talking to him anymore. I just don't.
No? So there's too many people like that. They're not worth it. Trust me. I just be yourself. Be miserable. Be miserable. That's what I say. Be that way. They're not going to believe you. What are you going to do? Huh? What do you do? You say anything, they beat you up. They punish you. Oh yeah, they will beat you up. They will punish you. Sometimes they will actually physically beat you up. Say, you're stupid. I'm going to beat you, to make sure you don't say these stupid things anymore. Right? What do? Let them fall. That's my attitude. Why bother? You think I'm kidding? course I'm not kidding. Of course I'm not. Who asked you to help? Who asked you? Did I ask you to help? Huh? No. He said, leave me alone. You are the stupid one. You are the one who needs help, not me. Right? So why should we bother? Please explain that to me. I don't understand that. I don't believe that. I don't believe I should help. Do you? Why should we help someone who's so full of themselves?
And help, because he has 2 PhD.
Yeah, he's beyond help. He's too smart for us. Right? What are you going to do? They're smarter than you. How you dare, how do you dare thinking you can help them? Your premise is wrong. I'm saying they're smarter than you, then they're supposed to help you. You're not supposed to help them.
Right.
Right? What's wrong with you? What's the matter with you?
You're supposed to help them, but they never do that.
Huh?
There's probably ways that people like that, there are ways they can help you. They're so smart, especially.
Yeah.
They never do.
The problem is they cannot help themselves. This is what this poor woman is thinking.
Yeah.
You know, he says, I see them so smart, but they cannot help themselves. What I'm going to do? That's what she means. Have you no compassion? Huh? Have you guys have no compassion? Shandy, shame on you. You meditate, you have no compassion whatsoever. Can't you see the pain in this woman? Huh? That's what she means, right? Am I correct, huh?
That's right.
That's right. What's the point in you? What's the point in you saving yourself? You can't save them. Yes? You can give them the blessings, your faith. You give them your faith. They don't need to have it. Why can't you give them what you have, what your best asset, your faith? It's yours. It's no different than your money. You have money, right? You help them, you give people money, right? Faith is the same thing. Faith is your asset. You can give as well. Think about it. How do you do that? I haven't figured it out yet. Nếu như quý vị mà nói, có người nói là tại sao có người tôi thương yêu người ta có thiếu cái lòng tin, làm sao giúp họ bây giờ? Thầy nói cái lòng tin đó cũng giống như một cái của cải của quý vị có của, quý vị cho người khác cái của mình, cái tiền bạc của mình, thì cái lòng tin mình là một cái của cải quan trọng nhất quý vị phải có, thì quý vị cũng có thể cho cái lòng tin của mình nữa. How do you give your faith? How do you give your faith? How? I don't know. Làm sao cho lòng tin bây giờ? How do you give the faith? So many ways, có nhiều cách dễ sợ lắm. So many ways. How many ways can you give money? Có bao nhiêu cách để quý vị cho tiền? You buy them a car, mua chiếc xe cho họ, right? You buy them a house, right? You put some money into a trust for them, để tiền vào cái quỹ cho họ, right? There's so many ways. Why? Because you have it already. So many forms, right? In Buddhism, that transfer is called transference. I transfer what I have to them. I create the blessings. I create the merit and virtue. And I transfer it to them. That's what you do. That's what we do every single weekend when you're not here. Hồi hướng cho. Cái dạng gì như vậy? Mình có một cốt quyền cho chứ. Right? That's what you do. You keep on making transference to them. Mình cứ cho hoài. And guess what? When they have enough, they believe. Khi mà họ có đủ, họ sẽ tin. Họ chưa đủ thì họ không tin đâu. When they don't have enough, they will not believe. Trust me. Okay? It's that simple. Give it away. You can give your faith away. Okay? Not the way that the other religions do it by saying, believe. Don't do that. You simply quietly give away your faith. Give away your goodness. Don't say anything. Cách mà Phật giáo mình cho là một cách mình im lặng, ngồi đứng cho người ta, mình nói gì nữa. Don't say anything. Đừng có nói gì nữa. When you give, don't tell them, please. Don't tell them. It makes it more interesting. You give him a little bit and he says, does he believe yet? He doesn't believe yet, you give more. Is it clear? Don't be like Kim Deal who says, I give you. That must be enough. I do all this good work and he still doesn't believe? Come on, that's impossible. Okay? You keep on giving, and giving, and giving. And don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. When they're going to believe. You know what? If you give, someday, for sure, they'll believe. See? They're condemned into believing too.
That's true.
That's a horrible, horrible, horrible thing to do to the people you love, if you ask me. That they too will have to believe. They can't help it. Okay? Thành ra quý vị cho hồi hướng như vậy, một ngày nào đó họ sẽ tin. Khi mà họ đủ công đức, họ tự động họ sẽ tin. Mình không cần biết. Nhớ lúc mà hồi hướng như vậy, không được nói người ta nghe. Không được nói. Không nên nói. You tell them, I just gave you faith, my faith, and they say, oh, you what an idiot you are. And it makes it only harder for you. That's all. You only make it harder. Okay? Don't say anything. Just watch and have a good laugh. I knew you turn around, you idiot. Okay? You just give. You don't say anything. Mình chỉ cho thôi, mình không cần nói gì hết. Thì như vậy công đức nó nhiều hơn. Rồi họ sẽ cải biến lẹ hơn. So far so good? Okay. Faith is critical. Bhante missed that part. In Hinayana, you say, analyze. Make sure you understand before you believe. Mahayana is just the opposite. You believe, then you analyze later. You don't need to analyze. That's a big difference between Hinayana and Mahayana. Mahayana requires you to believe. If you don't believe, you're in big trouble. Okay. Now the other question I want to bring with you. This is very important to me because I wonder about it myself. What if you believe the wrong thing? Vấn đề khác. Thì chẳng hạn như làm sao? Vấn đề cái lòng tin nó khó ở chỗ làm sao quý vị lỡ mình tin lầm sao? Here's the problem. If you tell people you should have faith, they say, what if it's a wrong thing? Right? It's inconceivable anyway, so you cannot possibly understand. The excuse they have is, what if you ask me to believe in the wrong thing? Người ta có thể thắc mắc là nói lòng tin là tin được tôi, nhưng cái vấn đề tôi là tại trường hợp mà quý vị khuyên tôi tin cái chuyện sai lầm thì sao bây giờ? Yes, Sanji.
Bad result.
Huh?
Very bad result.
Very bad result.
Like of 邪见.
邪见, tà kiến. Deviant view. No?
For example, some people believe the animal was created for us as food. This some master already said this is terrible.
Yeah. What if you believe the wrong thing? Even if you within, not only outside of Buddhism, within Mahayana, suppose you believe the wrong things. How do you know? Lỡ trường hợp mà ngay trong cái đại thừa nữa mình tin sai thì sao? Why you don't know? How do you know? You come to the temple, you don't know what we are. You only see the same people wearing the same clothes. Okay? I'm telling you this because, for example, there are a lot of Pure Land practitioners. Okay? And they said, I believe in rebirth. I recite the Buddha's name because I think I'm going to get rebirth. Okay? That's what they believe. But you know what? Most of the people who believe like that do not get rebirth. They don't. They get into trouble, actually. So what are you going to do? Để tin sai, tin thầy sai sao? Chẳng rất nhiều người bên Tịnh độ tôi tin là sẽ đắc mạng sanh, niệm Phật mạng sanh, đa số là không đắc mạng sanh. Thì sao bây giờ? Đúng, đa số đoạn đừng có đắc mạng sanh. What if you believe the wrong thing? What happened?
How do you know that belief is wrong?
How do you know? Oh, that's when you fall to the hell. You say, oh my God, I'm not supposed to be here. That's when you find out. You don't know until that happens. When you go down to the hell, you know.
That's too late. It's too late.
Not my fault.
No.
It's too late. By then it's too late. When the very first moment you enter the house, you know, oh, I'm in the house. Oh boy, 糟糕了，笨蛋了。And then you begin to suffer. You receive torture. But that's too late. It's too late to do anything about it. Quý vị biết không? Khi mà quý vị đọa xuống địa ngục á, ngay giây phút mà quý vị mới vào địa ngục, quý vị biết là mình đang ở địa ngục và biết tại sao mình vào địa ngục. You also know why you get into the hell. At that very moment, lúc đó là bị tra tấn quên hết. And then as soon as the torture begins, you forget about everything. This is the worst part. You see, that's the nature of the hell. You go there and you know, oh boy, this is not good. And that's it. Okay? Too late. Yes, what are you going to do?
I just hear, I must say, in Pure Land, the chanting Amitofo, they're not going to do Pure Land? They go to Pure Land or not?
Yeah, sometimes they do. Most of the time they don't.
Why?
I don't know. I just know it's a fact. They don't make it.
Sometimes they help people, like people dying, they help them to go to Pure Land. That's all.
Sometimes.
Huh?
Sometimes. Very, very rare. Most of them don't.
Why?
I wonder myself.
Because I have friends there, some of them tell me they see sounds very easy, just chanting.
Yeah, very easy. It's that easy. Don't you find? Don't you think? Don't you feel there's something wrong with that easy? Huh?
No, I know
It's easier than going out there and make money, right? I mean, you getting a job nowadays. Agree? It's not easy. Compare if they say I recite the Buddha's name, I'll go for rebirth. It's much easier than anything else. How can you believe that? What's wrong with you? You are greedy. That's why. What's wrong with you? You're greedy. And guess what happened to greedy people? They fall. They fall. They fall. And then what's wrong with that kind of Buddhist approach, that kind of Buddhism? They appeal to your sense of greed, and you fall. Okay, that's what happens when you believe in the wrong things. Okay. Cái loài có những cái loài Phật giáo như vậy, họ khuyến khích, kích thích cái lòng tham dục của quý vị. Không cần làm gì hết, chỉ niệm Phật là vãng sanh. Nếu như vậy còn dễ hơn đi kiếm việc làm, còn dễ hơn đi làm tiền nữa. Nó dễ dàng như vậy nữa. Làm sao có thể được? Nghĩ lại cho coi, sao mà dễ dàng như vậy được? Sao mà tin được? How can you believe it? When you go to work, you have to sacrifice your health. Cái việc đi làm việc đó, là phải hy sinh cái sức khỏe mình. Am I correct? You ruin your health to make money, right? Khi làm việc đó, là phải tổn hại sức khỏe của mình. Okay? And you go to the Pure Land, you don't suffer anything. You're daydreaming. You need to go to New York. You have to pay for the plane ticket, right? How else are you going to get there? And you go to the Pure Land, you don't pay anything. Oof. Must be nice. That's the kind of Buddhism I like to believe. Chắc quý vị tưởng tượng lại cho coi, đi đâu phải tốn tiền vé máy bay, còn đi qua Tây Phương Cực Lạc không cần tốn gì hết. Chắc có cái chuyện lạ vậy đó. Okay, that's what happens to the people who believe the wrong things. So the question is, what if I believe in the wrong things? Tough luck. It's your problem, no one else's. Jesus. This master is so cruel. I'm sorry, it's factual. If you believe in the wrong thing, there's nothing anyone can do for you. You deserve what you get. Okay? What are you going to do? Okay? There's nothing else that can be done. Unless someone helps you. Cái lòng tin mình mà tin sai lầm là ráng mà chịu. Không làm gì được hết. Trừ phi có người khác muốn giúp mình thôi. Okay? That's why the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas and the Arhats come to this world to help you understand. Okay? Bởi vậy Phật Bồ Tát, A La Hán, Bích Chi Phật mới xuất thế để mà giúp quý vị đổi cái lòng tin cho đàng hoàng. For you to have the proper faith. That's why they're here. Okay? So now you have the chance to be exposed to Mahayana and believe in the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Ngay bây giờ nếu quý vị có cái duyên mà tin vào Phật Bồ Tát rồi, then you should do others a favor. Okay? Share your faith. That's all. That's all you can do. That's all you can do. There's nothing else you can do. Hôm nay bây giờ quý vị đã có lòng tin rồi thì chia sẻ cái lòng tin với người khác. I'm not talking about going out there knocking on doors in pairs of young boys and say, do you believe in the Buddha? You don't believe in the Buddha? Let me talk to you and I convince you to believe in the Buddha. We don't do that. We don't force our faith and our beliefs on others. That's very important for you to understand. We don't. That's not what Buddhism is about. So how do you share your faith, by the way? Thành bây giờ quý vị phải hiểu, một khi mà quý vị biết lòng tin rồi, có lòng tin rồi thì chia sẻ cái lòng tin đó. Chia sẻ lòng tin không có nghĩa là quý vị đi ra mà gõ cửa từng nhà mà nói là quý vị phải tin Phật, quý vị phải tin Bồ Tát. Cái đó là hoàn toàn sai lầm. How do you believe? How do you share your belief? How do you share your faith? By becoming a better person. bằng cách trở thành người tốt. That's how you speak eloquently about your faith. Quý vị nói một cách rất là tuyệt vời về cái lòng tin quý vị bằng cách trở thành một người tốt. Không cần nói chỉ cái cư xử mình, cái tư cách của mình một cái người tốt, thì từ đầu người ta sẽ tin. Okay? All right, 549, tấm 549. Then Subhuti said to the Buddha, "Well honored one, if a good man or a good woman resolves his mind on Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi, how should he dwell? How should he subdue his mind?" Now this is the second half of the sutra. Đây là cái phần thứ nhì của cái kinh. 20须菩提白佛言：世尊，善男子、善女人发阿耨多罗三藐三菩提，云何应处？云何降伏其心？ Lúc ấy tôi Bồ Đề bạch Phật rằng: thưa Thế Tôn, thiện nam tử, thiện nữ nhân phát tâm A Nậu Đa La Tam Miệng Tam Bồ Đề nên trụ như thế nào, hằng phục tâm như thế nào? Okay. The first half of the sutra, cái phần đầu của kinh đó, cái nửa phần trước đó, của kinh đó. The Buddha explains it for the beginner practitioner. Thì Đức Phật giảng đầu cái trình độ người còn thấp. Thành ra ngài giảng rằng là tất cả đều là phi. So he explained that everything is not, meaning you need to shed. Mình phải xả bỏ những cái sự tư tưởng sai lầm. You have to let go of your erroneous views. So he talked about non-dharma. He talked about non-dharma. Ta nói là phi pháp, không phải phi pháp. And the wisdom, the transcendental wisdom, is revealed when you shed your erroneous views. Okay? Thành ra cái phần đầu á, là cái trình độ thấp á, bước đầu hết á, là quý vị muốn có cái trí huệ chân chính là quý vị phải phải bỏ những cái tà kiến, những cái tư tưởng sai lầm. So what happens in the first part of cultivation? This is not only for this is not theory, but this is applicable to all of us who cultivate. The first part about cultivation is to learn to let go and correct of your errors, your mistakes. Thành cái bước đầu của bước tu đó là chúng ta phải tập nhận diện ra những cái sự sai lầm của bản thân mình và gạt bỏ những sai lầm đó. Thì như vậy mới có được trí huệ chân chính. So far so good. Wisdom is acquired through correcting your flaws. Cái trí huệ nó được phát ra khi quý vị cải tạo, xả bỏ những cái sự sai lầm của mình. Any questions about that? Có ai thắc mắc về cái chuyện này không? This is a very important part about cultivation. Bởi vì cái này là cái phần rất quan trọng về cái việc tu hành. You see, nowadays when I first started in Buddhism as well, khi thầy bắt đầu tu đó, I always thought that Buddhism is about I learned the special dharma, I learned the special mantra, I learned the special particular dharma door, that chant or something in order for me to become a Buddha. Lúc đầu thầy cũng hiểu lầm như vậy, thầy nghĩ là mình tu là mình học một cái pháp đặc biệt nào đó, rất là đặc biệt để cho mình để mình thành Phật. Okay? That's erroneous. I didn't understand that the critical part of cultivation is to let go of your errors, correct your errors. Thầy cũng biết rằng sau này mới hiểu cái tu, cái bước đầu hết là phải sửa những cái sai lầm của chúng ta. Questions or comments? Yes.
Could you explain an example of letting go of your errors?
Letting go of my errors. Very good. Cho ví dụ cái sự sửa cái sai lầm của mình. I don't know. What errors bothers you? I give you a special secret. Tôi cho quý vị một cái ví dụ, một cái bí mật. I don't tell anyone now. What? If you want to tell all the people, I'm not going to reveal the secret to you. We agree. No one else should know. Okay. Then I tell you. Next Saturday, this Saturday, we're going to start the Chanchi. Okay. That's not a secret yet. Okay. The secret's coming. Okay. Thứ bảy tuần này mình bắt đầu cái thiền tập. There's a secret of practice. Có một cái loại tu này rất là bí mật. Would you like to hear it? A secret practice? If you hear, are you going to come and meditate? If you hear, you have to come and meditate. You hear, you don't come meditate, then I'm not going to tell you. The surprise.
That's how you get her to come meditate.
I'm desperate. What can I say? Okay, if I tell you, will you promise to come and meditate? A while only. Kim Ding says, a while. You cannot own me, she says. I'm an independent woman. Yes? There's a secret practice. Có một cái loại tu, pháp tu đặc biệt. I said it before, but people didn't quite get it now. So this time, I insist that we do it. Okay. Mấy năm trước thầy nói, mà không ai hiểu hết. You see, I have a lot of secrets, but I don't explain them all to you. You're supposed to eat 60% of what you normally eat when you do a chanchi. Cái bí mật là quý vị thường ngày ăn bao nhiêu thì ăn còn 60% thôi. You cut off 40% right away. Ăn bớt 40%. Ăn bớt. And I insist this time, and you have to tell I don't know who's going to cook during a chanchi. Ai nấu ăn bây giờ? Hey, routine. Who's going to cook during a chanchi? Yo sẽ lại煮饭. Sẽ lại煮饭. You have to tell them. You have to tell these chefs. I insist. See, he's passed out already. I can't take it. He said, "Jesus, I eat this much. I work so hard. Now he wants to cut it off by 40%. My God, this master is never happy. He's such a slave driver." Okay. During this chanchi, I want ta go cha. Every day. 每天要ta go cha. Doesn't matter. You throw in different things, but it's ta go cha. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Is it better eat 1 meal a day or 2?
It's okay. It's okay. I come to that. Okay? See that? Taco cha. Excuse me. You eat taco cha. Maybe I don't care what they do. You can give good food to other people. I want taco cha. Every single day. Okay? We eat 60% of what we normally eat. Okay? And then you keep on cutting back. You cut back naturally. Okay? Why is it a secret? Tại sao cái đó là cái bí mật? I know a lot of secrets. You think you understand? Chanchi, you don't. Yes. That's the way we organize these things to help you understand. Yeah. Tại sao như vậy? Why is it? Because when you cut back like that, naturally you will not force think as much. Because if you force think, you become hungry. Tại khi quý vị ăn ít hơn như vậy, tự động sẽ bớt loạn tưởng, bớt suy nghĩ. Và suy nghĩ sẽ đói. If you're hungry towards the evening, that's when you know you're fasting too much, and you cut back. And you don't eat. You cannot eat in the evening. And you go hungry, and you have to wait until lunch next day, or breakfast next day. Serves you right. Why? It reveals your errors, your attachments, that makes you go hungry. Quý vị nếu như ăn ít hơn mà buổi tối đói bụng, có nghĩa là quý vị loạn tưởng nhiều, vọng tưởng nhiều, thành tự động không được ăn, thì tự động quý vị sẽ không dám vọng tưởng, chặt ràng nói tôi suy nghĩ về cái chuyện này tôi sẽ đói bụng, không được ăn, phải đợi tới trưa sáng ngày hôm sau mới ăn nữa. Tự động mình sẽ chặt ra, mình không dám suy nghĩ. Okay. What it has to do with correcting your errors, cái nó có liên quan tới sửa cái sự sai lầm của mình. That exactly illustrates how you correct the importance of correcting your mistakes. Cái đó là cái bí mật để cho quý vị thấy là cách sửa, cái sự quan trọng của sửa sai lầm của mình. If you indulge and allow yourself, okay, then you continue to do it. You see that? If you eat plenty, then you keep on false thinking. Why? Because when you're hungry, eat, then continue to false think. False think, you're hungry, eat, false think. You don't understand that this is a mistake. That's why it's the secret of the Chanchi. Only during a Chanchi can you do this.
Why only?
Because otherwise, during a normal day, you force think too much. You go hungry and you will blame me as trying to starve you to death. Only during Chanchi can you do this, not outside. Chanchi environment allows you to free yourself from the false thinking. During the day, you walk outside of the temple, you need to eat. This is, I'm telling you, Chanchi is a very, very special dharma that people don't have enough blessings to take advantage of it. You see, so that illustrates the point. It's because this is a mistake. You feed yourself, you allow yourself to make this mistake. That's why you keep on false thinking like crazy. If you stop this, you cut this off, you naturally stop false thinking. So you're supposed to lose weight during the Chanchi. And I have this last Chanchi, Ru Ching and Go Yin, who is cooking very nice food every day. Guess what happens to us? We gain weight. Now legs hurt. You see? Do you understand now what the importance correcting your mistakes. Quý vị thấy không? If it's when you make mistakes, you allow yourself to make more mistakes. You correct your key mistake and you stop all the subsequent mistakes.
那老师，如果说那个饭菜好一点的时候，大家都吃得饱，饱了就不会饿，不会饿了就不会有幻想。
你饿的时候会乱想，不会乱想，不会打妄想。
饿的时候不会打妄想。
不会打妄想。
那么饱。
不敢打乱想。
不敢。
对。是自动的，不会的。如果是你饿的时候，你是要去东西，你会继续下去打乱想，是这样。
那我上次的想法就意思是说，给大家吃好一点，那么他就不会饿，就不会打妄想，就可以安心的做。
不是 ，That's wrong. It's a mistake. You see, your mistake is eating, and that allows all kinds of problems later. You stop the eating here, no more false thinking. Isn't that interesting? See, so what does that illustrate? I'm giving an example to show you that the people with wisdom recognizes what mistakes you're making that you don't know, you don't recognize. See, she just said in Chinese. She says that she thought that you give some people good food, they eat well. That way, in the evening, they don't get hungry, and therefore they don't false think about it. They can practice meditation. I said just the exact opposite. When you go hungry, then you realize that when you're naturally hungry, then you naturally shut down. Your body shuts down. It doesn't false think anymore. Naturally. Okay? This is a secret because when you're hungry, when Kim Dean is hungry, she goes, okay? Because that's normal. Because it works. It stops your hunger. Okay? But you don't realize that, the people with wisdom realize that if you're hungry, you bear the hunger, and you stop false thinking. That's the secret. The first few days is hungry. The third day, you're not hungry anymore. Because you have no choice. We don't allow you to eat. And master in the evening, stand there in a dining hall with a whip. And say, okay? You understand? That's the difference between wisdom and non-wisdom. The wisdom knows why, which mistakes you need to stop. Is it clear? You don't know. Okay? Your teacher is supposed to know. If your teacher does not know, tough luck. You all eat like pigs. Does it answer your question? How you correct your mistakes? Which mistakes you correct? The one your teachers tell you to stop. So this is why in Chan school, it's critical for you to find a good no advisor. Bởi vì cái lỗi lầm là ông thầy, người có trí huệ mới thấy được cái lỗi lầm quý vị, mà biết nên chặn thế nào. Okay? You only need to stop, correct the proper mistakes that engenders all these types of mistakes. If you sit there and say, oh, I'm wrong here, I'm wrong there, you're still not anywhere near what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to stop one. That is the mother of this generation of mistakes. Because if you go by yourself, like I did, I stopped all these, and I stopped next layer, and then I stopped next layer, and then I stopped next layer. And eventually I found out, this is the key guy. Because if you stop these things, it still doesn't help you. You get the next, and then you hit this one and say, aha. You have the aha moments. Okay? So again, in the trance school, if you have a good no advisor, he tells you, stop it. You do it, you get it. You don't do it, tough luck. He's not going to tell you again. Better believe it. If the good no advisor tells you, stop it, and you don't, okay? Next time, don't expect any more instructions. That's how tough the trance school is. It's unforgiving. If we give you instructions, you don't listen to it, okay? We might tell you a few more times, but after that, we just ignore it. Let you fall things like crazy. Any questions about that? Does it help illustrate why you need to correct mistakes? Because this one mistake creates all generations, all kinds of mistakes that you don't realize. Only the people who walk through the path before know which mistake you should stop. The key mistake you should stop. You cannot stop all your mistakes. It's impossible. You have to stop the key ones to pass through the gate. You need to pass through the gate first. Make sense? If you don't have direction, then you get lost in all this hardship. It's too hard for you. It's too confusing. Why sometimes it's like this, I'm fine. Why sometimes over here, I'm fine. I'm not fine. I'm not okay. Because you don't know which one is control, which the key one. Understand that? You need to stop this key one. Questions? Ai thắc mắc gì không? So you see, that's why in the trance school, they have this tradition of going long distance. They travel long distances to go and ask for some help, because that help is this key mistake here that you are still making, that you don't see, and that saves you ages of practice, lifetimes of practice. I give you an example. I see so many monks and nuns, as well as lay people like you who practice. I see them where they're stuck. Okay? I know they're going to be stuck like that for ages, for lifetimes. Say anything. None of my business. Why? Because they don't sincerely seek to get out. We don't teach. Understand? You don't have faith in the instructions, forget it. You can say all you want. You say, oh, I believe you. Oh, I adore you. Oh, you're the best. Oh, I give my life to you. Oh, you saved my life. Oh, I'm yours forever. I follow you wherever. But you know what? They don't mean it. They only fool themselves. Okay, that's why this sutra here, same thing as a chant, is a very similar spirit. You have to be truthful. Okay? To yourself. Bởi vậy, tinh thần của kinh Kim Cang này với cái tinh thần của cái Thiền Tông, của tu hành của Đại Thừa, là nó đều đòi hỏi cái vị phải thành thật với chính mình. You have to be truthful to yourself. Do you hear that, Ruching? See, they're discussing, a lot of important things. Okay? If you're not truthful to yourself, you have no chance because you have to decide to correct it. Don't say that because master forces me, so I'm going to eat 60% less. But when he doesn't pay attention, I go back to my room. Okay, it's not going to help your cause. You have to be truthful. You don't need to convince me. I only show you how to do it. You don't do it, you're only fooling yourselves. Okay? No one's going to look over your shoulders. Who has time? That's why you have to be truthful to yourself. And when you're not, it shows. Okay? All right. So the first part of this sutra is say, correct your mistakes. Let go of the unnecessary. Cái phần đầu của kinh này, cái nửa phần đầu của kinh này là giảng quý vị là bằng cách xả những cái không cần thiết. You have to let go of what's not necessary. Case in point, during the Chan Chi, you don't need to eat as much. If you do, then you fasting more than you should. Cái thiền thất đó, là quý vị không nên ăn nhiều như thường lệ. Tại quý vị không cần ăn nhiều. Ăn nhiều như thường lệ thì quý vị vẫn loạn tưởng như thường lệ. Okay? Got that? Don't think that the scientists understand more about nutrition than us monks. They don't. You know, we understand a lot more about nutrition than you think. Quý vị đừng có tưởng là mấy người khoa học gia đã hiểu về cách dinh dưỡng bằng mấy ông thầy đâu. Mấy ông thầy hiểu nhiều hơn. We understand a lot more than you do. Okay, so again, the first half is to let go of, correct your mistakes and let go of the unnecessary. Thì cái phần đầu tiên của kinh này là giảng quý vị cái cách xả bỏ những cái không cần thiết, nhất bằng cách sửa lại những cái lỗi lầm của mình, những cái quan niệm sai lầm của mình. You correct your erroneous views. When you let go the proper erroneous views, khi quý vị sửa những cái lỗi lầm đúng, chính, then you have a chance to have a glimpse of your nature. Khi quý vị sửa cái lỗi lầm quý vị mới có cái cơ hội thấy được cái bản tính của mình. Is it clear? It's your mistakes that are preventing you from seeing your nature. Cái lỗi lầm đó là quý vị nó cản trở quý vị, nó không cho phép quý vị thấy cái sai cái bản tính của mình. They prevent you from seeing how wonderful you truly are. Không cho quý vị thấy được cái bản tính mà tuyệt vời quý vị có. That wonderful nature of yours, cái bản tính tuyệt vời quý vị có đó, okay, does not depend on money. Bản tính không cần tiền. Does not depend on food, không cần đồ ăn. Okay? Does not depend on fame, không cần nổi tiếng. Okay? It has all of those. A lot more than you can ever imagine. Có nhiều hơn tất cả quý vị có thể tưởng tượng được. Tất cả những quý vị muốn nó có sẵn hết. It has everything. It's just you're attached to the small things you have right now that you can see, you can hear, you can smell. That's stopping you from reaching it. That's all. Thành ra chính vì những cái giác quan quý vị, cái óc quý vị, nó hiểu được một tí đó, nó chụp lại, nó từ trản trở lại, nó không cho phép mình vượt qua những cái hạn chế mà mình tự tạo cho mình. So what happens is your understanding, your sensory organs are preventing you from tying you down, prevent you from emancipating yourself. cái giác con quý vị nó cản trở quý vị, nó cột quý vị lại, nó không cho phép quý vị thoát ra, giải thoát. Okay. So cultivation, the first part is to free yourself from your own self. Thì cái phần đầu quý vị là từ giải thoát với chính mình. From your pettiness, giải thoát cho cái sự nhỏ nhen của quý vị. From your greed, okay, from cái lòng tham lam quý vị. From your anger, those are the errors, those are the mistakes. Cái đó là những cái lỗi lầm quý vị phải quyết định phải xả. You have to be honest. You look at yourself, you say, boy, I am too greedy, therefore I must stop. I commit to stop it. Thành ra quý vị lúc tu đó là quý vị phải tự nhìn đến cái lỗi lầm của mình và nói mình quá tham lam, mình sai lầm chỗ này, mình muốn sửa cái đó bằng cách mình ngừng lại không làm. That's what it is. It's not beyond that. Cái tu hành không có gì hơn. If you can be like that, you don't need to do chant. Nếu quý vị thấy được như vậy, quý vị đâu cần thiền đâu. You just look at yourself, you say, I am too greedy. Quý vị nói là mình tự nhìn thấy, mình nói cái này mình còn quá tham lam, mình ngừng lại. That's it, that's emancipation. Đó là giải thoát. From you can't even see that. Thì sự thật là quý vị không thấy được. You accept it as natural. Quý vị coi cái đó, cái lỗi lầm mình là chuyện thông thường. Right, routine? You see, you look at your mistakes as a human condition. Quý vị nhìn cái lỗi lầm quý vị là một cái cuộc sống thông thường. I know now everyone is depressed, so I can't be myself. They say. Ai cũng nói là thầy sao mà khó vậy? Không, tôi mà muốn tự nhiên cũng không được, ăn cũng không được, ngủ cũng không được. So I can't sleep, I can't think, I can't smell. And if you get rid of your attachments, then you can see the unchanging substance. Cái vì mình bỏ được những cái chấp trước đó, thì quý vị sẽ thấy được cái bản tính mà nó bất biến của mình. Okay. Any questions about that? Okay. And once you see your nature, khi quý vị thấy được bản tính mình rồi, okay, then you learn to embrace. Sau khi quý vị mà thấy được bản tính rồi thì quý vị phải tập bao dung lại. Remember the first part, chop up. It's not necessary to chop it off. Second part, you embrace it.
Embrace.
Everything. Yes.
So not just yourself, wherever surroundings, overall, right?
Including yourself. You embrace everything. The goodness as well as the bad. The good as well as the evil. The proper as well as the improper. You embrace everything. You cannot do that until you're emancipated. You are no longer confused by the improper. Does it make sense to you? Hmm? You cannot say right now, oh, so why waste time? Let me embrace everything. The problem with that is you cannot tell that you're getting hurt because of these improper views. After you see, you free yourself from the unnecessary and you embrace. Every time you get hurt, you realize you're getting hurt, then you correct. You have wisdom. You say, I'm making a mistake. I need to fix it. Okay? But before you get emancipated and you embrace your mistakes, you can't. It confuses you. Does it make sense to you? There's an order here. You cannot say like these idiots out there on the internet who says, oh, so Buddhism is about emptiness, so what's the point? You know? If cultivation is the same as non-cultivation, then I don't cultivate. It should be the same. The cultivation is the same as non-cultivation is the second phase, not the first phase. Only idiots would talk like that. Because the people who are actually in the second phase, the second half here, would never talk like that. Never. Yes?
I would think it would take a while to get to the second half.
Like millions upon billions of lifetimes. You better believe it. It's better than you go to the Pure Land. Forget it. I say the billions of lifetimes to remind you. Why take a chance? Same thing, why you want to take a chance? It's going to be billions of lifetimes before you make it through the first half. Billions. If you're lucky. Go to the Pure Land. If I were you, I say, forget Chan. It's too risky. Too risky.
Pure? Too risky?
No, Chan is too risky.
Try.
You can try, but you will not make it.
I try.
You can try, but you don't make it. You're not hearing me. I teach Chan because I tell them, I can tell, look at you in the face. He said, I know Chan, you don't know Chan. And then I tell you, go to the Pure Land. Don't waste your time here. That's Chan too. Chan embraces it, your failure as well.
Anyway, first time I heard about that hunger is better to stop thinking.
The first time? We always
First
knew.
I heard that like a hunger, a pain is good for exercise. Nobody tell me the pain and the hunger is good stuff in this practice.
Because they haven't met the real Chan yet. There's a lot of things about Chan that people don't understand.
Yeah.
This is the first time I explain it to you because I waited for years upon years to see who's sincere about cultivation. You don't cultivate sincerely. I see these people sincerely cultivating Chan for a few years now with me. That's why I teach. You're lucky. People who come here the first year, I let you swim. Second year, I let you swim. Third year, maybe I give you 1/2 of an advice. You have to prove to me you're sincere before I teach. You can't talk to me. I don't buy it. Hôm nay đầu tiên ông nói là đầu tiên ông nghe người ta giảng là ăn cái đói nó làm cái gì bớt vọng tưởng. Chưa bao giờ giảng như vậy. Thầy nói là có những cái pháp môn thiền mà thầy đời mà không dạy cái gì, tại thầy đời vài năm rồi. Những người tới tu thành tâm mới tu, tới chùa tu vài năm thầy bắt đầu dạy. Cái điều kiện của thiền đó là cái việc phải thành tâm. Cái việc không thành tâm không dạy được. Đừng tưởng bậy. The requirement of Chan is that your sincerity. You're not sincere. We don't waste our time on it. Serious. There's a lot more than you think. Unless you show me that you're sincere and you sincerely want to obtain liberation, no one's going to teach you. Don't think you're out, oh, I'm so special. Teach me, I'm so special. Those teachers are not for real. Not the kind of teachers I know. My teachers, they make me swim like crazy and let me drown. They know, so what are you going to do about it? So you're drowning. What are you going to do?
I did go to
So your words, your promises, they're no good to me. Go ahead and drown because you fool me. You don't have what it takes to practice Chan. Don't bother me. That's how tough Chan is. Yes. Yes, Bante.
Master, I heard one of professor gave to presentation. He said, according to Chan tradition, it has two ways to enlightenment. He told us one is sudden enlightenment. Another one is gradual enlightenment.
Yes.
Correct, Master? Gradual.
He's wrong.
And sudden enlightenment.
He's wrong. There's no such thing. Yes.
Yeah, I did go to a place to practice Chan or Kung Fu, some kind of like that, where they encourage people to eat. If I remember that, that's really terrible.
Encourage what?
They encourage people to eat. At least they don't limit the people. You want a bigger bowl, go ahead, a lot of good food. If I remember that, that's terrible to me. I can't wait there.
Yeah. So can you tell what is gaining weight do for you? What does gaining weight from a Chan Chi do for you?
No good.
Nothing. Don't you get it? See?
Yeah, that's terrible to gain weight.
Yeah, you look ugly.
Oh,
women like it right away.
More likely it's unhealthy. I have a problem.
Women look at you, fat. Fat soul. Yeah. No wonder you're single. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Jeez. Don't take me seriously. It's not a big deal. The professor is wrong. There's no such thing as sudden enlightenment.
Only sudden enlightenment.
There's no such thing as sudden enlightenment. There's no such thing. It's only gradual enlightenment, you ask me. No such thing. No sudden enlightenment. You're here. Sudden enlightenment is here. Enlightenment is here. How can you go from here to here? Huh? How is it possible? Please tell me. How is it possible? Người ta nói là đố ngộ với tìm ngộ. Thầy nói ông thầy dạy trật rồi. Nếu mà thầy dạy, thầy nói là có tìm ngộ chứ không có đố ngộ. Tại vì cái giác ngộ nó cao như vậy, nó cao hơn thì tưởng tượng, mình không thể tưởng tượng được. You can't even imagine what it is. I show you what it is. Actually, you can't even see it. You see my problem? See, you can't even see what it is. How the hell are you going to leap? Huh? You tell me. You can't even see this enlightenment here. You don't know what it is. You don't know. How the heck are you going to leap? You leap here, leap here, leap here. How are you going to leap? Where? Where? What kind of nonsense is this? You buy that text? Or you still believe you can become enlightened? You're daydreaming. Daydreaming. You think I recite this Sranga mantra, I become suddenly enlightened. You're crazy.
I know what it is.
There's no sudden enlightenment. You have to work for it. You get here. That's when you begin to have an idea on how to get to the next level. But yes, there is certain enlightenment. Nhưng đều có cái đốn ngộ. Why is it called certain enlightenment? See, idiots think as a certain enlightenment. There's no such thing as a certain enlightenment. I'm telling you, only idiots believe there's certain enlightenment. Có những người ngốc mới nghĩ là có cái đốn ngộ. Thầy nói không có đốn ngộ, nó có tìm ngộ thôi, không có đốn ngộ. Thế tại sao nó gọi là đốn ngộ? Then why do the patriarchs call it certain enlightenment? Tại sao có những tổ sư gọi là đốn ngộ? Why is that? Hajini, why? Did the patriarchs lie or do I lie? Tổ sư nói láo, thầy nói láo. The patriarchs kinh điển nói là có đốn ngộ, thầy nói không có. Mà tại sao thầy dám nói ngược lại của tổ sư? Why do I dare go against the patriarch's teachings? Mr. Texan, I'm crazy. There is certain enlightenment because you were enlightened in a prior lifetime.
So it appears sudden, but
It appears sudden, but it's not. You're kidding me? 顿悟是因为前世的你已经觉悟了。
Yeah, so the Buddha was,
Yeah, previous
A prior lifetime you became enlightened already. To this lifetime you leap because you know where it is already. Agree?
yeah,
Only idiots think there's gradual, there's sudden enlightenment. That's impossible. You don't know where to leap. Okay? Don't believe everything that professors tell you. Jeez.
you have a lot of evidence. You can argue with professor. I don't have a lot of information.
Huh?
Professor, 教授, we have a nickname for professor.
You understand that? Explain to Ruchi, make sure the Chinese understand this. There's no such thing as sudden enlightenment. Forget it. It's impossible. It's not possible. Okay? Okay? Don't be cheap, thinking, I can be a sudden enlightenment, practicing Chan. Forget it. I'm sorry. Forget it. You're crazy. You think you can get enlightened just like that. Go to the Pure Land. That's why I'm teaching you Chan. Because I know you won't make it. Go to the Pure Land. Period. Go to the Pure Land. Recite the Buddha's name and go to the Pure Land. You will not become enlightened. Okay? But it doesn't hurt to practice Chan. Practice Chan in order to raise the level. Okay? But your best bet is still the Pure Land, not Chan. I'm sorry. Most of you will not make it. Especially, never mind. I'm serious. You better know where you are. Okay? Is that the people, I met some people. They don't practice Chan, by the way. They don't do Chan. They don't. They're enlightened just like that. They go from hardship to enlightenment just like that, within months. No Chan. There's no Chan Chi. It's called sudden enlightenment. Just like in the sutras, the Buddha explained the sutra to Subhuti, and Subhuti, I got it. Or the Buddha explained the sutra to Shariputra. Shariputra, I become an arhat. Because he was an arhat before. Remember? There's no such thing. It's impossible. You have to cultivate right now. You have to work for it. Even though this time you reach this high with Chan, when you go to the Pure Land, you continue from this level. You don't waste time. Chan is still the most powerful way for you to improve. Okay? But don't count on it for your ultimate escape, because you will not make it. You better invest, you better cultivate, but invest your resources on rebirth. This is real. This is not. This will bring you into trouble. This will not. Yes. Nghe rõ? Tâm con nghe rõ không? Ok. Cái quan trọng đó, cái con mà tới chùa này thầy muốn con hiểu chuyện này thôi đó. Cái hy vọng lớn lao nhất của con có là con tìm cái bản sanh, tìm mọi cách bản sanh. Không cần biết. những cái chuyện khác nó không có gì quan trọng bằng cái đó. Con phải tin thầy cái chuyện đó. Okay. I'm telling her that, and telling Tom, I said, you come to the temple for a few years now, and you are a sincere person. I see that, and I'm telling her in all earnest, you have to trust my words. Okay, your best bet is rebirth. Okay, and you have to maximize the chance for rebirth. Okay, you met this Dharma, this Mahayana Dharma here. Okay, and my best advice to you is invest in rebirth. Go for it. It's the most worthwhile thing you do on this earth. Trust me, until the day you die, you invest. Okay? You will not be sorry. Nothing else is not that important. You will lose everything when you die. But your rebirth blessing you create right now will bring you there. So maximize it. So even if this is my sincere advice to all of you today, okay? The rebirth blessing you create right now, do not stop. Keep on creating more and more and more and more so that you can obtain rebirth at the end of this life. And whatever you're creating more until then will improve your grade for rebirth. You will never lose it. Understand? Whereas you do chant right now, you're excited, say, I'm a chant person, I want to become enlightened this lifetime. If you fail, the chant practice can bring you into trouble, whereas Pure Land will not. Okay? Do we understand each other? Okay. My best advice to you, okay, the best I have to offer you is rebirth. I can play with you with chant and all the things because there are a lot of people who fool themselves that I'm so special. I want to learn chant to become more important. I teach you. Because through chant you become more important. You're wiser, you know more. You have spiritual penetration, you have all those things. But it's not ultimate. Ultimately, your best route is Pure Land. That's what we have, the best for you to offer, not chant. You have nothing to be afraid of our chant. Our chant is one of the best chant there is, but it's not the best long-term solution for you. I want you to come to the temple gearing towards rebirth of the Pure Land unless I tell you otherwise. Is it clear? You see me, you listen to my Dharma, and you don't gear yourself for rebirth of the Pure Land as soon as possible, you don't understand my Dharma yet. It's that simple. Go for rebirth. Okay? Doesn't mean you should neglect chant and all those things. Just go along, okay? But in the back of your mind, you should always say, I want rebirth, I want rebirth. I want to do everything I can for my rebirth. It has to come first. That's the thing that will not waste your blessings. Cái gì mà nghe cái pháp thầy rồi thì khuyên quý vị một chiều thôi. Cái thiền thầy dạy quý vị được. Nhưng điều quý vị phải nhớ tìm tất cả mọi cơ hội để mà tạo cái phước và đắc vãng sanh. Cái đó là chuyện đại sự của quý vị. Cái vãng sanh nó sẽ giúp quý vị đắc cái giải thoát chắc chắn. Còn cái thiền nó không chắc chắn, nó rất là bấp bênh. Rất ít người tu thiền mà sẽ đắc giải thoát. Rất ít không thể tưởng được. Okay? Is it clear? All right, time is up. We can stop here. And we have to come back here on slide 552. We need to do the transference for the rebirth transference for these people. This is what we do. We do all these witnesses today to create the blessings to help these people obtain rebirth. Okay? It always comes back to that. We want to help people with our practice. Why? Because if you do that, when you turn to need the rebirth blessings, then you yourself will receive help. Okay? All right. So that's use a blue book, and on page 38 we do a rebirth transference, and that will be the end of today's Dharma assembly. Nam mô Chính Nhân Đi Bồ Sa Mô Sa. Nam mô Chính Nhân Đi Bồ Sa Mô Sa. Nam mô Chính Nhân Đi Bồ Sa Mô Sa. Nam mô Bồ Đề Huệ Sa Phổ Bồ Sa. Nam mô Bồ Đề Huệ Sa Phổ Bồ Sa. Nam mô Bồ Đề Huệ Sa Phổ Bồ Sa. Bồ Đề Bồ Lô Mi Đô Sinh Thiên Quán Tự Tại Bồ Tát Sinh Thân Bồ Đề Bồ Lô Mi Đô Sư Cháo Chia U Yun Chế Cung Tu Y Chế Cụ Ơ Sơ Lý Chư Sơ Bồ Y Cung Cung Bồ Y Sơ Sơ Chi Sư Cung Cung Chi Sư Sơ Cho Giang Sinh Sư Y Vũ Rù Sư Sơ Lý Chư Sư Chu Ba Cung Chẳng Bồ Sân Bồ Miên Bồ Cầu Bồ Chinh Bồ Trần Bồ Chiên Sư Chủ Cung Trung Vũ Sơ Ô Châu Chẳng Sinh Sư Vũ Yên Ơ Bi Sơ Sân Y Vũ Sơ Sân Xiang Wei Chủ Và Vũ Yên Chế Nai Chư Vũ Y Sư Chế Vũ Minh Y Vũ Minh Xin Nai Chư Vũ Lao Sư Y Vũ Lao Sư Chi Vũ Cô Chi Mê Đạo Vũ Chư Y Vũ Tật Y Vũ Xua Đơ Gu Bồ Tì Gia Tô Y Tô Rơ Bồ Lô Mi Đô Gu Xin Vũ Hoa Ai U Hoa Ai Gu Yêu Cung Bồ Yên Lý Điên Đạo Mừng Sân Chiếu Chính Niên Ban Sản Chư Chủ Phổ Y Bồ Rơ Bồ Lô Mi Đô Gu Tơ Niêu Đô Lô Sám Nhau Sanh Phù Tì Cụ Chư Bồ Rê Bồ Lô Mi Đô Sư Đa Sân Châu Sư Đa Miệng Châu Sư U Sản Châu Sư U Tân Trần Châu Nân Chú Y Chế Cụ Trần Sư Bù Xu Vũ Xua Bồ Rê Bồ Lô Mi Đô Châu Chí Chúa Châu Yê Chế Đi Bồ Lô Chế Đi Bồ Lô Sân Chế Đi Bồ Tì Sa Bờ Hơ Nam Mô A Mi Đô Bờ Yê Đô Đô Yê Đô Đô Đi Yê Đô A Mi Đi Đô Bờ Bi A Mi Đi Đô Đi Âm Bờ Bi A Mi Đi Đô Bi Gia Lần Đi A Mi Đi Đô Bi Gia Lần Đô Chế Mi Ni Bê Chế Nô Chư Đô Cha Li Xô Bờ Hơ A Mô A Mi Đô Bờ Yê Đô Đô Chế Đô Yê Đô Đi Yê Đô A Mi Đi Đô Bờ Bi A Mi Đi Đô Di Đăng Bờ Bi A Mi Đi Đô Bi Gia Lần Đi A Mi Đi
li đô bi gia lần đô chế mi ni chế chế no chư đô cha li so bờ nam mô a mi đô bờ ye đô đô chế đô ye đô mi li đu bờ bi a mi li đô si đan bờ bi a mi li đô bi gia lần đi a mi li đô bi gia lần đô chế mi ni chế chế no chư đô cha li so bờ nam mô sa wa nan đô ye đô hoa lư chư đi an sam bô la hồng nam mô sa wa nan đô ye đô hoa lư chư đi an sam bô la hồng nam mô sa wa nan đô ye đô hoa lư chư đi an sam bô la hồng nam mô su lu bơ ye ran đô ye đa chư tô nan su lu bô la su lu so bơ nam mô su lu bơ ye ran đô ye đa chư tô an su lu bô la su lu so bơ nam mô su lu bơ ye ran đô ye đa chư tô an su lu bô la su lu so bơ an ye na san bô a ba chư lai hồng an ye na san bô a ba chư lai hồng an ye na san bô a ba chư lai hồng liên chư ai huệ ba lư sư quan sa sư y